Hey, what's going on guys? Today we are going to be doing another episode of the Fortnite Mythbusters. In this series, I take your guys' comments down below and I put them to the test. If you guys would like to have your myth featured in the next or future Mythbuster episodes, please leave a comment down below with a unique myth and I will try reading all. Now before we get into it, comment down what your favorite gun is in the game, as I am curious to see what you guys' favorite gun is. If you do end up enjoying this video, make sure to leave a like as it helps me out so much. Many of you guys loved the last 2,000 V-Bucks giveaway so much that I decided to do another 2,000 V-Bucks giveaway. I'll be sending the winner a $20 gift card to the designated console. All what you have to do to enter is subscribe, turn on post notifications, and be active to know if you do end up winning. Anyways guys, without further ado, let's get right on into the video. The first myth we are going to test is, can you still do the double sniper shot after the new map update? If you didn't know, if you have two bolt action sniper rifles and you are scoped in, if you shoot one, you can quickly swap to the other and shoot once again with almost no scope animation. Almost exactly the same to how you would do the double pump shotgun. Doing this technique would allow you to deal a whole ton of damage within seconds and easily take out a team of 2, even 3 or 4 if you hit all of your shots. In the last update, it was rumored that this was removed out of the game. When I tested it out for myself, it seemed 100% perfectly fine. I did not see any issues with it. So luckily for those of you who like to carry 2 snipers, no need to worry, you will still be able to get those nasty kills. In the Fortnite update version 2-2-0, it actually said something about fixing this, and I guess it never got fixed. I remember looking at the patch notes and I did see something about the double sniper action, but I am not entirely sure. The next myth was, does moving when you are knocked down do more damage than if you aren't moving? Coming from other battle royale games such as PUBG, when you are knocked down and you start crawling around, you would end up losing more health way quicker than if you were sitting still. So does this actually apply to Fortnite? When I tested it in game, I tried to become a phase member and trickshot my teammate. Sadly, none of my shots were on target, but they were pretty close, he said. In the corner of the screen there is a timer counting how long it takes from me going from 100 HP to 80 HP when downed. Surprisingly, moving around when knocked does not do more damage than if you were sitting still. So make sure to keep moving when you are knocked down, and it can save your life since you are a harder target to shoot when you are knocked. From what I saw, if you do get knocked down multiple times, you will slowly take more damage than if you were to get knocked down only one time. Say if you get knocked down the first time, you only lose maybe 2 HP per second. If you get knocked down the 10th time, you might lose maybe 5 HP per second. So try not to get knocked as much. The next myth was, what happens when you try to pick up any materials when you already have 999 of that material? When I tested this in game, I actually broke a tree to gather the wood. I didn't get it on recording sadly, but when I broke the tree, I already had 990 wood, so it just spit the wood onto the ground. When you have full resources, it has a little counter on the corner of the box for the item that shows how much of it is on the ground. In this case, it showed 40 wood on the ground. When I tried to press E to pick it up, it wouldn't do anything. To be honest, I didn't expect much out of this one, but it was a cool test anyways. I did end up learning that the little icon on the ground, when you hover over the item, it shows how much of the item there is in the corner of the box. So if you are looking at ammo on the ground, or maybe even like some traps, you will know how much exactly you are getting. The next myth was, does your shield get removed when you get knocked down? When you get knocked down in Fortnite then get revived, you will automatically have 30 HP, so does this apply to your shields? Will you keep your shield or will you have it taken away? If you get knocked from fall damage or even from the storm, once you get revived you will keep your shield no matter how much you have. If you do get knocked by another player, say by a sniper, a shotgun, or an AR, just any gun or a pickaxe, they would have to go through your shield, so once you get revived, you won't have your shield anymore. So that is something good to know. If you do end up getting knocked down by the storm, you will keep your shield, you will just have to revive yourself up that extra 70 HP. The next myth was, what happens when you throw a boogie bomb on a knocked player? I tried to do this to my teammates since boogie bombs work on teammates. When I threw it when he was knocked, it had no effect on him. Once I picked him back up, he was perfectly fine. I assume if he gets picked up within the 10-second time span or however long the boogie bomb lasts, he would still be dancing, but in this case, the boogie bomb had no effect on him. I'm not entirely sure how long the boogie bomb lasts on a player when it is a direct hit. I'm sure some of you guys do know. Please let me know down in the comments because I am actually curious, since when I am boogie bombed I would like to kind of count to myself how long I will be stuck dancing. Next myth was, do you take fall damage when you are knocked? I have had plenty of times of being knocked and slid down the entire side of a mountain without taking any fall damage, but when we tested this myth, we were actually very surprised, and I'm sure some of you guys may be as well. When he fell off that staircase, he for sure took fall damage, to the point of losing all of his health and dying. Now if you jump from the highest point of the map without being knocked, as long as you are with a team or a squad, you only get knocked. But if you are knocked already and fall from that height, you will end up dying. So next time you are knocked down, be careful what you try to jump off of. The last and one of the most hardest myths for me to do: what happens when an airdrop lands on a jump pad? Now we tested this multiple times over the past month. That's how long this took us to do. And do you know how hard it is to have a jump pad in your inventory and find an airdrop and get to it before it lands without being shot at? It was literally impossible. This myth took us so long to do, and sadly I only have this one clip since I reset my PC earlier this month. But when the airdrop landed, it did not land on the jump pad. Out of all of our attempts, it never landed on the jump pad. It may have been bad luck, but my theory is that the map is a giant grid formation, just a bunch of squares, and that's kind of where you build. The airdrops never land in the center of the squares or in the center of the grid. It always lands on the corner. Therefore, it is impossible for an airdrop to land on the jump pad. Of course, I may be entirely wrong. It might have a chance of landing in the middle, but out of all my attempts, it never landed in the middle of my floor. Of course, if I do get the opportunity, I will keep trying to bust this myth. For now, the airdrop is not able to land on the jump pad. I assume if it does end up landing on the jump pad, it won't do anything. I can't imagine the airdrop just flying back up into the air. I'm sure it'll just stay and stick right on top of the jump pad. Kinda if a player gets downed on top of it and then get revived, they could kinda stand on it without jumping. Overall, the airdrop would probably become a stationary object on top of the jump pad. Anyways, I hope you have enjoyed. If you have, make sure to leave a like. Also comment down a myth for me to try and test in the next or future episodes. Let me know if you learned something new or try any of these myths out for yourself, especially the jump pad one. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time.